When did you realize your family cared more about how things looked than how you felt? When I was having my first period ever at my dad's company Christmas party, and my mother whispered, "Just hold it together for 2 more hours. The Walsh contract depends on tonight." I was 14 and had no idea what was happening to me. My religious parents had never given me the talk. Mom always said we discuss women's issues when I was older. That morning, I'd woken up thinking I was dying because there was red liquid in my underwear, and I felt like my insides were ripping apart. When I tearfully told Mom I thought something was seriously wrong with me, she barely looked up from arranging flowers for the party. "Oh, that," she said dismissively. "You're becoming a woman. Congratulations. Now put on a pad and help me set up these centerpieces." No explanation, no guidance, just handed me a pad and told me to figure it out. But my father had just been promoted to regional director at his firm, and my mother was obsessed with maintaining our success story image. Every social event was a performance. Perfect family, perfect house, perfect daughter who never caused problems. The company party was Dad's moment to shine. All the executives would be there, including the Walsh family who controlled a multi-million-dollar contract. I was expected to be the charming, accomplished daughter who played piano and spoke 3 languages. What made it worse was that Mom had specifically bought me a white dress for the occasion. "You'll look so pure and innocent," she'd said that morning, not mentioning that I was now dealing with something I'd never experienced before. I had no idea how often to change the pad, how heavy flow was normal, or what to expect. Within 2 hours, I felt wetness and panic set in. I whispered to Mom that something was wrong, and I needed to go home. "Absolutely not," she hissed. "You'll sit here and smile. The Petersons' son specifically asked to meet you. This is just part of being a woman. Deal with it quietly." But I couldn't deal with it quietly because nobody had taught me how. 20 minutes later, I stood up to greet Mrs. Peterson and felt warmth running down my legs. I looked down in horror. There was red liquid on the white chair, on my white dress, and pooling on their expensive carpet. The entire executive table went silent. Mrs. Walsh's face went white. I was standing there having my first period in front of my dad's biggest clients, and all I could think was how my mother was going to unalive me. Some boys started recording me having full breakdown. Instead of helping me, Mom jumped up and started frantically apologizing to Mrs. Walsh. "I'm so sorry. She just started her cycle, but we thought it was manageable. Please don't let this reflect poorly on my husband." Mrs. Scott, the catering manager, appeared with towels and guided me to the bathroom. "Honey, how long have you been dealing with periods?" she asked, genuinely concerned. "This is my first one," I whispered, shaking. "I didn't know this could happen." "Your mother didn't prepare you? That's not right. You need proper supplies and someone needs to explain what's normal." When Mrs. Scott told my parents I needed to go home and get proper guidance, my mother pulled her aside. "Please, just help us get her cleaned up. We can handle this after the party. My husband's entire career depends on tonight." "Ma'am, she's terrified and unprepared. This should have been handled at home with education and support. But the Walshs haven't even made their announcement yet," Mom insisted. "Can't this wait 2 more hours?" Mrs. Scott called my aunt instead, who came immediately and took me home. The next day, Mrs. Walsh called my mother personally. "My daughter told me what happened at the party," she said. "How you left that poor child to navigate her first period alone at a business dinner. That's not the kind of family values we want to associate our company with." Dad lost the Walsh contract, his promotion, and eventually his job when word spread that he'd let his daughter experience her first period as entertainment for his business clients. They turned my passage into womanhood into a public humiliation rather than miss a networking opportunity.